What if one of the biggest forces shaping Africa today didn't begin in Africa? Why does the continent with thousands of ancient cultures also have some of the world's most devoted Christians and Muslims? Why do millions of Africans pray every day, even as poverty, corruption, and conflict continue? And perhaps the most uncomfortable question of all, did Africans freely embrace foreign religions? Or were those beliefs brought through conquest, colonialism, and survival? By the end of this documentary, you'll discover how history, power, faith, and identity became intertwined in ways that still shape Africa today. And you may never look at religion in Africa the same way again. Long before churches stood in African villages, before mosques echoed across many regions, Africa already had religions, thousands of them. From the forests of West Africa to the kingdoms of East Africa and the communities of Southern Africa, people believed in a supreme creator while also honoring ancestors, spirits, sacred rivers, mountains, and traditions passed down for generations. Religion wasn't simply something people practiced once a week. It shaped leadership, justice, marriage, farming, medicine, birth, death. It was woven into everyday life. These beliefs differed from one society to another, but they had one thing in common. They were African. Then, beginning centuries ago, the continent entered one of the most transformative periods in its history. European explorers arrived. Soon came merchants, then missionaries, and eventually colonial governments. One of the most quoted observations about this era came from Kenya's first president, Jomo Kenyatta. When the missionaries arrived, the Africans had the land and the missionaries had the Bible. They taught us how to pray with our eyes closed. When we opened them, they had the land and we had the Bible. Whether taken literally or as a powerful symbol, those words reflect how many Africans remember the colonial experience. For many communities, religion did not arrive alone. It often arrived alongside expanding political power, new systems of education, foreign laws, and colonial rule. Missionaries built churches. They established schools. They opened hospitals and clinics. Many genuinely believed they were bringing education, healthcare, and the Christian faith. At the same time, in many regions, missionary work became closely connected with colonial governments that were reshaping African societies. Traditional religions were frequently described as pagan, primitive, or uncivilized. Sacred shrines were destroyed in some places. Traditional priests lost influence. Children were taught that many ancestral customs were sinful or backward. Across large parts of the continent, generations grew up believing that abandoning traditional beliefs was a necessary step toward becoming modern, educated, or even accepted. But history was never the same everywhere. Some communities resisted. Some accepted the new religions willingly. Others blended Christianity or Islam with older African traditions, creating forms of worship that still exist today. This wasn't a simple story of force or free choice. It was a complex mixture of persuasion, education, opportunity, cultural change, and, in some places, coercion. Within only a few generations, entire communities had changed beliefs that had existed for centuries. Yet this raises an even bigger mystery. Colonial rule ended decades ago. African nations gained independence. Foreign governments left. So why didn't the religions leave too? In fact, something unexpected happened. Christianity and Islam didn't become weaker. They became stronger. Today, Africa is one of the most religious places on Earth. How did that happen? Was religion simply inherited from the past? Or does it continue because millions of Africans have found genuine meaning, hope, and purpose in it? The answer isn't as simple as many people think. If you enjoy documentaries that explore history, religion, and the biggest questions shaping our world without telling you what to believe, subscribe to the channel and join us for more thought-provoking conversations. Because the next chapter of this story reveals why, long after colonialism ended, faith didn't disappear from Africa. Instead, it flourished. If religion first arrived in many parts of Africa alongside colonial expansion, why didn't it disappear when colonialism came to an end? Logic might suggest that once foreign rulers left, their religion would gradually fade as well. But that's not what happened. Instead, Christianity and Islam spread faster than ever before. Today, Africa is home to some of the fastest-growing Christian populations in the world. It also has hundreds of millions of Muslims, whose communities have flourished for centuries across North, West, and East Africa. So what changed? The answer begins with something deeper than history: hope. For millions of Africans, religion became more than a belief system. It became a source of comfort during war, strength during famine, community during hardship, and hope when everything else seemed uncertain. When governments failed, churches and mosques often stepped in. They built schools, opened hospitals, fed the hungry, cared for orphans, supported widows, and gave people a place where they felt seen and valued. For many families, the local church or mosque wasn't just a place of worship. It was the heart of the community. But there is another reason religion became so deeply rooted. Africa remains one of the youngest continents on Earth, with a rapidly growing population. In many societies, faith is introduced from birth. Children learn prayers before they learn to read. Religious celebrations become family traditions. Beliefs are passed from grandparents to parents, and from parents to children. Over time, religion becomes more than something people believe. It becomes part of who they are. Questioning those beliefs can sometimes feel like questioning your own family, your culture, or even your identity. But the story doesn't end there. Many Africans also speak about personal experiences they believe confirm their faith. Stories of healing, protection, answered prayers, dreams, visions, and moments they describe as miracles. Whether others accept these experiences or not, they are deeply real to the people who lived through them. For them, faith isn't just inherited. It's personal. Yet critics see the situation differently. Some argue that religion has also been used to exploit vulnerable people. They point to prosperity preaching that promises wealth in exchange for donations. They criticize religious leaders who accumulate enormous fortunes while many followers struggle to survive. Others argue that fear of hell, social pressure, or the promise of heavenly rewards can discourage people from questioning what they are taught. Supporters respond that these problems reflect human behavior, not religion itself. They argue that corrupt leaders exist in every institution and should not define the faith of billions of sincere believers. So who is right? Perhaps both sides are seeing different parts of the same picture. Religion has inspired extraordinary acts of compassion. It has also been used to justify manipulation. It has brought peace to many lives and conflict to others. Its influence has built hospitals, schools, charities, and communities. But it has also sparked difficult debates about politics, education, science, and freedom of thought. This is what makes the question so fascinating. Africa isn't religious because of one single event. Its faith has been shaped by history, strengthened by community, sustained by personal experience, and continually reshaped by each new generation. But one final question remains. As Africa becomes more urban, more educated, and more connected through the internet, will religion continue to grow? Or is the continent quietly entering a new chapter that few people have noticed? The answer may surprise you. So, is Africa becoming less religious? Or is faith becoming even stronger? The answer depends on where you look. Across many African cities, a quiet shift is taking place. More young people now have access to the internet than ever before. With a single search, they can read the Bible, the Quran, arguments from atheists, debates between scholars, scientific discoveries, historical documents, and opinions from every corner of the world. For the first time in history, millions of Africans are being exposed to ideas that previous generations may never have encountered. Some begin asking difficult questions. Why are there so many religions if only one can be true? Why would a loving God allow so much suffering? Did colonialism influence what we believe today? Can science and religion exist together? These questions don't always lead people away from faith. In fact, for many believers, they strengthen it. Some study their religion more deeply than ever before. Others conclude that faith and reason can coexist. Still others decide to leave religion altogether. Although atheists, agnostics, and people with no religious affiliation remain a minority across most of Africa, their numbers are becoming more visible, especially online. What was once whispered in private is now discussed publicly. Yet in many communities, openly rejecting religion can come with serious consequences. Some fear being rejected by family. Others worry about losing friendships or community support. In certain places, expressing disbelief can even put a person's safety at risk. As a result, many people choose to keep their doubts to themselves. This creates an interesting reality. Africa is experiencing two movements at the same time. Faith continues to grow, and questions continue to grow. Perhaps these two forces are not enemies. Perhaps they are evidence that people are searching for truth in different ways. History explains how religion spread. Culture explains why it remained. But every new generation must still answer one question for itself. What do I believe? And why do I believe it? No government, no missionary, no parent, no pastor, no imam, and no YouTube documentary can answer that question for you. Only you can. Whether you're a Christian, a Muslim, a follower of African traditional religion, an atheist, an agnostic, or someone who is still searching, understanding history doesn't tell you what to believe. It simply helps you understand how we got here. Perhaps that's the most important lesson of all. The goal isn't to fear questions. The goal is to follow the evidence, listen with humility, and think honestly. Because truth has nothing to fear from honest questions. Now we'd love to hear from you. Why do you think Africa remains so religious? Is it history, culture, personal experience, or something else entirely? Share your thoughts respectfully in the comments. We read every perspective, and the most thoughtful responses may be featured in a future video. If you enjoyed this documentary and want more balanced explorations of religion, history, philosophy, and the ideas that shape our world, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Until next time, keep asking difficult questions and never stop searching for the truth.